Telkom's data-led strategy has given it a boost. Revenue for the first half grew 3.4% to 22 billion rand, and that was supported by higher mobile data and fiber-related data revenue. Data now makes up more than half of total group sales. Headline earnings per share, meanwhile, came in 16% higher, helped by increased operating profit, higher investment income and lower finance charges. CEO Reinet says delivering quality earnings and meeting Telkom's medium-term targets remains the group's priority. He says the company's data-led strategy will continue to act as a catalyst for growth. Solid, and that's how Coronation's described its annual performance. The fund manager grew total assets under management 14% to 761 billion rand. Now, it cited the strength and stability of its business model, supported by strong investment performance and prudent cost management. Headline earnings per share declined by a quarter, reflecting the normalization of earnings after last year's SARS matter was resolved. And Coronation has cut its total dividend by 20%. Coronation says the local savings industry continues to contract as consumers remain under pressure and unemployment rises. It's added that the rollout of the two-pot retirement system contributed to those headwinds, and that it does not expect to see rapid industry improvements in the foreseeable future. Reinet has reported a softer first half. The investment group's net asset value fell 3.7% to 6.66 billion euros. The decrease was driven by lower estimated fair values across several holdings. Those include the Pension Insurance Corporation and Trilantic Capital Partners. Reinet also cited management and performance fees, as well as currency pressure from a weaker pound and US dollar. Pick n Pay's founders, the Ackerman family, have reduced their control of the group. They've sold an 8.5% stake in the retailer through an accelerated book build and raised about 1.6 billion rand. Now, the family offloaded 64 million ordinary shares at 25.50 rand each. It forms part of a move to settle third-party funding the family took on to support Pick n Pay's restructuring and recapitalization last year. As a result, the family's influence over the retailer will decrease, with voting control dropping from 49% to 36.8%. As COP30 negotiations enter their final week, South Africa's delegation has dismissed suggestions that recent leadership changes have disrupted progress. Chief negotiator Masela Kekana says he remains fully engaged as head of delegation, continuing to advise and support ministers across the continent. He says the team's focus extends beyond technical talks to securing partnerships with tangible benefits for South Africa. Kekana highlighted recent gains from a round table with the Clean Coalition, where support increased from $5 to $7 million for equality-focused programs. Additional climate adaptation and biodiversity funding is also expected through collaboration with Germany. He says the main priority now is urgency in finalizing adaptation finance negotiations.
The big issue, this is the adaptation COP. We need to see a successful conclusion to the issue of adaptation framework, in particular these indicators being negotiated successfully, or a process set up to finalize that particular negotiation. That is the first point. The loss and damage, I can say we've achieved our objectives because now the fund has transitioned into implementation, and as South Africa we will be putting a proposal together. Another issue on the finance is that we had a successful participation with the Green Climate Fund, where we are pitching for another funding for adaptation issues, and that is also going very well.